Professionalism, yay. Starting from the top. No, just kidding. All right. So, anyways, let's start with Destiny talk then, since I completely
Professionalism.
cut off my other topic. So, anyways, I guess we can introduce everybody that's here. We have Dirt Squirrel. It's Aaron. We have Rage.
Yep.
And what do you want me to call you, man? Want me to call you Soundman, or do you want to reveal your identity
It
and your
doesn't
social
matter.
security?
Whichever is convenient.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so we have Soundman or John. The only person here who has actually played Destiny, so he is the fiber of this podcast right now. So the world is depending on you.
Oh,
Don't
joy.
fail us.
I've already failed pretty hard already. Gonna repeat
Yeah,
words.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could top that. So.
Yeah, I hope not. Okay, so, how is it compared to Borderlands?
It's kind of to me, it feels like a lot more serious version of Borderlands. It's feels more like a Halo, Call of Duty clone, sort of.
Well, I'd hope it would feel like Halo, since the same people made the Halo games, or some of the Halo games. But, I mean, is it? I always had a problem with Borderlands 1, especially the weapons being really clunky, and in some of the case with Borderlands 2, do the weapons feel like they have a good weight to them, like they have good damage values, they have good like accuracy and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, from what I've played, probably the biggest issue that I've had with the game so far is that the level, even though you're level, say you're level 10, if you're fighting enemies that are level 10, they're usually pretty challenging no matter what. So you kind of have to over level into the game just to be able to play it without really getting slaughtered. But for the most part, all the guns feel pretty comfortable. Most of the semi-automatic weapons are a little bit slow just because they don't alternate fire very fast. But
So they have like a stop motion on it when you try and fire. So
yeah, like you've got pistols and scout rifles, which are both semi-automatic, and they cap you at a low rate of fire, but they do tremendous damage on everything.
just to prevent you from using a rapid fire mod or something, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to be able to have that uncapped, but I understand why. Just because it's a multiplayer game, so.
Yeah, which, I mean, you can get an assault rifle that has rate of fire that's completely blown through the roof, but even that, like, it has huge amounts of recoil, so it balances it out really well.
Yeah. So, Unit Lost on the Co-optional podcast said that the game just feels new. He did the beta, he did all that kind of stuff, and he said just like everything in the game feels new. Did you play the beta at all?
I did.
So
Yeah.
does it feel different between the beta and now? Did they change a lot, or?
Yeah, a lot of um, they changed a few of the different gameplays. Like you can get bounties in the game. They lowered the level requirement to get bounties, so you can get XP a lot faster. And they also made it. It seems like to me they made it to where you don't get money as fast as you did in the beta.
Right. And probably when they had that in the beta, they were doing that to test people getting money faster and, being able to buy other stuff, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
That they wouldn't be able to by the end of the beta normally.
Yeah, which right now it's kind of odd because now it seems like you don't hardly get money at all unless you're using boost. But the only way to get the boost for them is you have to go through and kill like final bosses on maps.
Right.
and you'll
So,
get it, and it'll last about 10 minutes or so.
so I'm assuming you had the game on launch, correct?
I did.
Did you go? Did they have a midnight release for it, or was it like middle
They
of the day
did,
or
but
something?
they did, but I got it off. I got it off like Amazon, so they just shipped it to me.
Okay. So how were the servers on day one? Was it laggy or?
Not really. I kind of had issues getting it started, but I'm pretty sure that was something on my end not clicking right. But every now and then it'll kind of hit a slow spot between loading screens, but for the most part, it's actually really well made.
All right, cool. And I mean that's something to be expected from the people who made it. I mean that they make some really polished games. So and
Yeah, and I was honestly expecting, the first day or two it to be like Grand Theft Auto Online, it's
yeah.
complete crap, and you can't even do anything with it. But it was really well done.
See, that's what I was expecting too. Is like I mean, a lot of YouTube personalities, Total Biscuit and being one, said like don't pick this game up on launch. Not even just being because he has the like don't pre-order, don't do any of that kind of stuff until you know what the game is. But because it's a multiplayer game and they have servers and the servers are going to have issues and all that kind of stuff. So that is pretty surprising that they didn't have that many issues. So
Well, on the last day that they had the beta, they kind of had they opened up the next area in the game, which at the time it was the moon, and allowed anybody to play the beta, like download it and play it. So they really like stress test the servers that day.
right.
So that was pretty good, I thought.
Now, last question I have for Destiny Talk. Do you think it lives up to the hype?
Um, it's to me it's good, but it feels like it's missing something here and there. They uh they don't really provide hardly any backstory to anything going on in the game.
Right.
So it kind of, which, even when the first Halo came out, they didn't really have any backstory to it, but this one it just feels like they just kind of threw you in the middle and said, "Okay, just kill these guys and protect these guys."
I mean, that's also something that I'm sure they felt was the best thing to do for a multiplayer game, since there's not that many people that seem to care about lore.
Well, I mean, they kind of, it seems like they just kind of left it out because they present, you know, this kind of, um, it seems like the gameplay has a lot of story to it. It just they didn't really include any backstory behind it.
So
Right.
it's kind of like Borderlands 1.
Yeah, kind of. And I mean, they've got a bunch of DLC queued up for it, so I'm sure something eventually is going to have backstory to it, but at the moment it's just kind of lacking.
That's one of the things that I noticed with them saying that I don't remember what they said the PC release date was, but they said that it would come with all of the content patches that the Xbox or the PS4 version got already. So with that, that just makes it really great for everybody that has it for PC, because you get not only a game on PC that's going to have better graphics and everything, but it's going to have all of the content right out of the box. So
Yeah.
now, how
But
far are you
can,
into the game so far?
you have like 20 levels, plus you can go higher than that. I'm about level 17, I believe. But I kind of took a sidetrack and started up another one and was trying to play through it with some friends without unlocking any abilities or anything. So,
How many hours in do you think?
last time I checked, it was about 7 or 8 hours.
Oh wow, so that's not really that much.
Yeah, but I've been, there's still a pretty good amount of story left to it. I haven't really been able to play it very much, but I mean, there was a guy that I was playing with earlier. He said he's clocked at about 48 hours so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that when a new release comes out, they just binge play it until it's done. But
Yeah. But one thing that I did think was good about this game is that you can't just sit down and grind through the campaign, you actually have to take time to do side quests just because the enemies are so overpowered that it just kind of, no matter what, they'll end up killing you.
Right.
So it's sort of a challenging game, but it's not difficult to say.
As long as you are above the level that the enemies are,
Even
pretty
if
much.
even if you are on the same level of the game, but the only time you really have issues is when you're doing boss battles or things like that.
Yeah.
But if you're playing with one or two other people, it's a lot better. But playing it solo, all of a sudden you have everybody start shooting at you and nowhere to hide.
Yeah, I noticed. I watched one of Alex's Game Scoop,
Uh-huh.
the podcast that he does now. He was he had some footage from Destiny, and he was showing a boss battle, and it was crazy seeing how much health that the boss had. I don't remember exactly
Yeah.
what boss it was, but
Yeah,
how
I
long
mean, even
Sorry, go ahead.
do what? I mean, pretty much every boss that I fought, it's been just, you're the whole time you're sitting there like, am I gonna run out of ammo from just shooting at this guy or? But I mean, they're for them being as difficult as they are, they're really well balanced.
Well, that's good.
So
So does anybody here have any questions about it?
Up to the point where you said that they were well balanced. I was thinking Borderlands 2 at the highest difficulty. Like, have you ever played that?
yeah, which, I mean, even then they don't. It just, I mean, pretty much the only way, like, when you get a mission, you can choose to play it at the normal level. So if it's a level 10 mission, it'll say level 10, and then it'll just say normal or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll have an alternate option that'll boost it 2 or 3 levels above that. So if you like really want a challenge. So really the only thing that it changes, it'll add more enemies to wherever it is you are, and then it'll kind of bump those enemies up a level or two. So it's not impossible, but it really makes it challenging.
Hmm.
All right, so Rage, do you have any questions? Are you still here?
I'm here, and no, I don't have any because I was
He was helping me with my typing war against Taylor.
I saw that. All right.
The game sounds interesting though.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick it up when I get it or when it comes out for PC. I mean, I'm probably gonna get it the day it comes out. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of stoked because I like the Halo games.
Yeah. I trust the developer. That's the thing, is like every game that they've made, except for here. Let me look this up because I know there's a game that was really bad. That was from them. Apologize for the loud keyboard.
You need a silencer.
At least we can hear you now. Keyboard and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you guys not hear me, or was it just on
I
the
could hear
stream?
you, but just not on the stream.
Yeah. That was pretty bad. I can't believe I did that. Okay. And I just typed in Bungie keyboard. I know there was a game that they made probably in 2000, before Halo was even a thing for Bungie.
Wasn't End War, was it? No, that wasn't them.
They made Operation Desert Storm, Minotaur, The Labyrinths of Crete. Here, let me find the one that I'm thinking of. Has anybody played Myth 2?
I haven't, but I've heard of it.
I don't even think I've heard of it.
That was probably the worst game out of all of them. It looks like the first release of RuneScape, like the beta build of RuneScape, and it was in the right time for that. It came out in, let me see, '98. So I mean, it's a 16-year-old game, but it definitely had some issues, and but yeah, that's pretty much Destiny talk, I guess. So, any thoughts before we get into the acquisition of Minecraft by Microsoft?
I don't think so.
Okay, no.
Can you repeat the question?
Minecraft getting acquired by Microsoft.
Games for Windows Live is coming, and everyone
Yep.
should hide their Minecraft.
So I'll put it this way: Minecraft is reportedly getting acquired by Microsoft. They're in talks right now, and they're going to acquire Mojang, the parent company. Well, it's not even a parent company. Minecraft's the game that Mojang made, so they're taking over Scrolls and Cobalt and all of those other
Ooh, I would
games
not-
also. And they're going to be 1,600 Microsoft points each. But I mean, it's $2 billion. That's does that sound like a fair number to anybody? I don't.
2 billion?
$2 billion's a lot of money. I mean, keep in mind this was.
I don't
what?
think Mojang. I don't think they own the rights to Cobalt though. Oh, that was a co-op project they were working with someone else with.
They are working with somebody else, but I believe that they own the rights to that. I may be incorrect when I say that, but I don't see how this is a bad move for anybody. The only thing that I can see with this that might be a problem is the fact that Minecraft always was that high and mighty pinnacle of the indie games market where they didn't sell out. And I don't know why that's a big deal with them, why it would really make a difference, but I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be an indie game anymore. It hasn't been an indie game for a long time. It was built as an indie game. Like Minecraft Classic or Minecraft in beta, whatever you want to call it, was an indie game. But once you sell millions and millions of copies, it's not an indie game. It's just a sandbox game. I mean, it's not a AAA, obviously. They have a team of like 12 or 14 people. But
Well, I forgot what game it was. There was one that was released by Ubisoft, and they called themselves a indie company because they were doing it under the guise of another company.
yeah, they do that a lot because when you say you're an indie company, you get a lot of people in the community that jump behind the game just because it's an indie game. So it looks really good to all of these other people. But I really don't see how this could be a bad move. I really don't understand. Unless
Game for
Microsoft... Yeah, okay, so there's two things. Xbox One exclusivity for Minecraft 2 coming next summer. And games for Windows Live, which has been closed down but is still continuing in some cases. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it might. And I hope not, because I'm not logging into that. Somebody about to say something?
Personally, I don't think it's a bad thing because I mean, I don't really see how they could screw anybody over. I mean, I don't really honestly see how they could build a second game. I mean, yeah, there's stuff that they can add on to it, but they can't really pull it from PlayStation just because they have the rights for it. Just because it's already been out there and everybody who's got it's probably got it by now.
Yeah, they just have to be really careful with this or they're going to piss a lot of people off. That's pretty much it. Like if they say, all right, if Minecraft, which they might, the reason that I say that they might make like a Minecraft 2 or something that's a spin-off is because eventually they're going to stop having free patches. So they might have like a content patch that costs $5 or something. But the thing about that is if they do that and they just don't support it, then that's going to split a lot of the server side. It's going to make it a lot harder to find a community. So if you're
Yeah.
trying to get online, then you have to pay $20 extra to get these 4 DLCs, basically. So, I mean, eventually I'm sure there will be a Minecraft 2 because, you know, it's sold millions and millions of copies on like 6 different platforms. So I get that they would probably do that eventually. As long as they don't make it an Xbox exclusive, which it was a timed exclusive for Xbox 360 when that came out. And that kind of sucked for everybody that had a PlayStation. But yeah, I mean, I don't see how it's that big of a deal. So
Honestly, if Microsoft ends up going through and getting them, their best bet is to pretty much leave it the way it is, and then just do partnerships with people for, like kids' toys, or I think somebody said a while back that there was a movie coming out from Warner Brothers or something. I mean, their best bet is to just partner up with people and just do merchandise off of it.
exactly, like if they just leave it alone and let the money just roll in from that, it's their company then, and they're going to get their money for it if they just leave it alone. That's the thing. They just leave it alone and reap in the money, and they'll be set.
Yeah, there's already merchandise.
Yeah, there's a ton of merchandise out there already. There's a ton of potential for merchandise. So, I mean, they have plush toys, they have vinyls, they have T-shirts. I have a Minecraft
T-shirts,
T-shirt.
hats.
Yeah,
You can have your own Minecraft torch.
and the thing is, they're selling like crazy too. That's like you'll see everywhere. Wow, my speech is going crazy right now. You'll see it everywhere. Like at Walmart, they have a section for Minecraft. At the mall, they'll have a few sections in different stores for Minecraft. Like you can go to Books A Million. They'll have a section for Minecraft. And they have Minecraft books. Like Aaron, you have a Minecraft crafting guide.
I own 2 actually.
How much do those cost?
$17 I think for a magazine.
Each, or were they?
Yeah, I think it's about each, but it was like one's an unofficial guide made by fans. The other one was made by a game reviewing company, and the one with the game reviewing actually goes through every biome, everything. The
Right.
fan one just basically tells you the basics of how you can live.
And I mean,
Plus, I own 2 creepers, so.
if you just think about how much, yeah, Meadow just said she has a keychain. If you just think about how much money, not only the game itself, but everything has gotten everybody. Like involved in this, you have the creepers, you have the torches, you have the redstone torches, you have the diamond swords, the pickaxes.
Steve heads.
I own 4 different versions of Minecraft actually, because I have the Pocket Edition on Android and iOS, and I have the 360 version, and I have the one on PC. So I own 4 different versions. I paid them 4 times for the same game. Twice for the exact same game, and twice for 2 different games. But
Well, I actually just upgraded today for the Xbox One. It's they actually were nice and did like a little discount, so you get like $10 off if you've already purchased it for the 360.
well, didn't they have that for full release games though? When like if you bought a game for 360, you could pay $5 or $10 at GameStop and get it for.
This
the
was
Xbox
actually
One.
this was actually like on the Xbox One, like through Microsoft.
Right.
Yeah, like you just when you go to purchase it, it just has it as a discounted price because you've already paid for it eventually at some point.
Yeah, I mean that's still a good thing, but I'd have to say if you owned it, they kind of should have. Since they, from everything that I can tell, I haven't played the 1 version, but I doubt that it's different than the 360 version. So, I mean, it
From
would have
what
been
I
really
was-
nice if that was like a buy an Xbox and you get, your free copy of Minecraft.
believe they've
From
upgraded the
what I can tell,
graphics.
it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they upgraded the graphics, and I think the world size is a lot larger.
Yeah, you can get a
Oh, yeah.
bigger world.
Well, I mean, that's not a bad way to go then. I mean, $10 off isn't bad. Um. All right. So, do we want to jump into our last topic? Then we can see if anything else comes up in between then.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the last topic
All right. So this
was.
is
Or
the
is
best
it-
topic.
So it was the Twitch streamer that got arrested for marijuana.
Oh yeah, yeah.
being
I
cut off.
completely forgot about that.
Professionalism.
No, I have two then. So, there's been a really big thing that's been happening in the YouTube and Twitch community. I'm sure you've heard about it, John, but swatting. Swatting's been getting really bad. And for the viewers, swatting is basically when somebody calls the
SWAT
police
team.
station and pretty much just says like, hey, this guy is killing his family right now and he's about to kill himself, or he's about to shoot his wife, whatever, or he's picking people off in the street, whatever. Then they have the SWAT team break down their door, pin them on the ground, put a gun in their face and all that kind of stuff. And if they do it right, well, not right, but if they do it the way that they want it, it'll all be on stream. And they think it's going to be really funny. So basically when they did that, it caused a massive problem for Whiteboy. And it always causes problems with the people. But Whiteboy 7th Street, he's a YouTuber with, I want to say like 1.5 million subscribers. I'm not sure if he's gotten any higher than that since the last time I checked, but pretty famous YouTuber. He was swatted 3 times in a month. And the last time they swatted him, which somehow the SWAT team had not figured out that at this point, we've broken into this dude's house 3 times, and he hasn't had anything wrong, so it's obviously not anything going on. So basically what happened was they found, they didn't say an exact amount, but it was 30 to 500 grams of marijuana. And like on here it says at least 30 grams of marijuana. So they arrested him and they arrested his girlfriend. And apparently they were going to have him on second charges and his girlfriend on first charges. Like $20,000 bail for both of them. But the thing about it is they found the marijuana, and this is the whole legal argument. They found the marijuana because of a false charge through a Skype call in London, I think it was. He wasn't killing his family or anything. So they found that.
I think on that specific one, somebody had called and said he had a bomb. So they had the dog come in and search for the bomb, and they found the drugs. I think that's what it was.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds right. I haven't looked into the story for a while, but I'm looking at this thing for the Chicago Tribune, and it's saying like that he won't have to face the charge. And it's on. Wow. It's on like global news right now. Because it's becoming an issue. And it's really got to stop. And the thing is, people don't want to even mention it, because if you mention it, then it happens to you, pretty much. Like, it's happened to a guy from the Creatures. He got, I'm not sure if you guys saw the video or anything, but the cop pinned him on the ground. He handcuffed him, then he put his boot in his face and kneed across his neck and got him to stand up. looked through his phone, asked him about his contacts, looked through his pictures, all that kind of stuff, while he was playing CS:GO. At that point, you got to realize that you're being kind of silly. That's it's something that's kind of obvious. I mean, I know they
Yeah.
have to follow protocol, but still, it's not necessary.
Well, I think a lot of people, well, a lot of SWAT officers kind of look at it as the worst possible situation.
Right.
Which, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's better to, over prepare for something than to get there and realize that, you're not prepared for whatever it is that's going to be behind the door.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's kind of a limit too, but it's just kind of a blurred line as to where it should be and where it is.
Yeah, I mean, and with the one with the creatures, they had uh the particular SWAT officer, he told the SWAT officer that he was streaming and he didn't know what it meant, so he told him, like, this is on the internet right now, and he got pissed. He got mad at him. And he, like, broke his webcam and didn't realize that didn't mean that turned the stream off. So he's handcuffed to his chair, telling him how to turn the stream off. Which I don't really think was necessary at that point. They already searched him. They already did all that kind of stuff. And I understand being prepared for it. But once you realize, like, this is this scrawny white dude that was playing video games with a headset on and all this audio equipment, do you think he's really, planning a bomb or something? It was kind of stupid because he was playing CS:GO. So the whole thing about that was they were playing, it's basically search and destroy. I don't remember what the game mode is called in CS:GO, but you have one team that plants a bomb, one team that defuses. So I mean, I think somebody thought that was really funny, so they did that. But yeah, I mean, it's getting out of control. Swatting is getting really stupid. It's getting national coverage now, and most of the people that are doing it are not in the country, and they pretty much are immune to anything because SWAT teams aren't going to pursue somebody that's in, I don't know, like Amsterdam, London, wherever. They're not going to mess with them. So
Yeah, and even the ones that are in the U.S., I mean, there's a bunch of people that have done it from the U.S., I'm sure, but they haven't caught them. So it's kind of just, I'm sure it's a lot harder to find out who it is when, through
Right.
Skype and all that.
Well, that, and also they don't have the time to just look up all this stuff. They can't be like, all right, well, this guy's Skype username CM123148 right here. All right, this says he lives in Atlanta, so let's go check around Atlanta and see if we can find this dude. Or
Yeah.
his name's Jim in Atlanta, so let's go around Atlanta, talk to all the Jims and see which one it is. They're not going to track IPs unless it's a murder case, basically. They're not going to go through all that kind of stuff.
Well, even then, you got to worry about, what if your friend comes over and does it on your computer and you have no idea about it, and all of a sudden, well, it's on your computer, so.
Well, that's the thing also, is they're actually, if that happens, you're liable for it because it's your computer, and if they accessed it, then you gave them permission technically.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's kind of just a bad thing either way, and there's no real good solution to deal with it, it seems like.
Right. Any other comments on this, or you guys want to move on and move on to our last topic?
Nothing really.
I mean, we can do an hour-long show for this one, and then after that, we can branch off into a little bit more gaming. We got, let's see, it's 8.
Porn star.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's do this one then. So apparently, PornTube, or not PornTube, Pornhub is trying to reach out to YouTubers on Twitter. They're trying to get everybody that has 150,000 subscribers or more to do collaborations. They didn't explain what those collaborations would be, whether they want like porn stars in YouTube videos or YouTubers in porn videos. They didn't really explain that. But I mean, they're really looking to try and do that. It's something that they're going with. So I'm not sure if that's. I mean, like a particular podcast, Painkiller already said that they would work with them, and it's not like it's going to hurt their reputation. I mean, it's a bunch of guys that are well above 18, and they have a mature audience anyways. So I don't see a problem with it. Like anything else that we've talked about, there's not really a problem with it at all. It's just it's kind of silly to see that overlap. And I mean, there is definitely an overlapping audience that we have to point out there. I mean, the highest majority of people that watch YouTube are teenage boys. And those people are also interested in other things that are on the internet. I'll just put it that way. I mean,
They're interested in other needs.
Yes. Okay, so let's just call it that. They
like the neath. They like the jiggle neath.
so I don't see I don't see it as a problem as long as it's directed at the correct audience. If it's directed at, like, say
If they get Sky does Minecraft and PewDiePie and Yargcast, then I'm a little bit annoyed with that.
well, the thing is with people like PewDiePie, they have a lot of really young fans, and they also have a lot of very impressionable people, which are young for one thing. So you don't want to throw that in their face. That's something that you should keep for a mature audience. The only thing that I would say would be like a moral standard for it is that on YouTube they probably should make sure that it has like this video is for mature audiences only. That's, I mean, a lot of channels are already age gated.
And YouTube prevents any pornographic images from being on the internet.
Yeah, they do anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, with that kind of stuff, it's not really a problem. But it's just, I'm sure some people would find a problem with it, and you would alienate some parts of your audience. But I mean, it doesn't seem like it would hurt that many people's feelings by having a collaboration that makes a YouTuber a lot of money, unless it's the latter where it's not a YouTuber, or when it's not a porn star on a YouTube video, it's a YouTuber on a porn video. That might actually offend a lot of people, and that might ruin a lot of YouTube careers. I don't think that's how it would work, though.
As long as it's like managed the right way, it could potentially turn out good. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Now, I mean, if they had, like, all right, so this episode's sponsored by Pornhub, who cares? That doesn't bother me at all. But if it's a lot of references to, like, hey, check out this link in the description, nudge, nudge, like that kind of stuff, there's no place for that there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're taking advantage of the overlap. That's the main thing. So, all right, anybody have any other topics?
League of Legends skins.
Aaron, do you want to talk about League of Legends skins?
Not entirely because of how many there are. Rage.
Why'd you even?
I don't know. I mean, like, any ideas on the Amerikazik skin?
Wow. You have 5 seconds. Come up with your best League of Legends skin.
Lollipoppy.
No.
Battlecast Teemo.
That would be awesome.
Satanic Teemo.
Okay. So that actually
Yeah.
ran about 30 minutes after my mess up, so Actually, a little bit longer than that. But I mean, any other thoughts before we end it?
I don't know. I mean, on the League of Legends thing, the extent of my League of Legends experience was like 5 minutes playing as Master Yi and got like 1 kill and then got completely slaughtered by everybody. So
1 kill, Master Yi. You're supposed to have like 50 kills. That's how he works.
I was literally like, I got on my laptop and my laptop has horrible performance abilities, and so I was hiding it. I like literally like ran into a bush and like ran right into somebody on the other team, and he just completely destroyed me. I was like, well, that sucked.
Well, feel free anytime if you want to. We will be more than happy to indoctrinate you in our Lord and Savior Riot games.
All hail Rito. All hail.
I'll keep that in mind.
We've already corrupted Brent.
Yeah. I have to have
shit.
at least 1,000 hours in League. There's no
Nah.
way I don't. I've been playing it every day for the last, since April. So
I
I've been
might
playing
have
it for
1,000.
years, and I don't think I have 1,000 hours.
no,
I played it like for the entirety of 1 year. So
yeah, I think I have well over 1,000 hours. Aaron, you probably have well over 10,000 hours.
yeah, I'm only silver 2 or silver 4.
Silver. And gold Jinx is better than you.
Yes.
All right, so before we go, do we want to talk about what we're going to do for the rest of the stream? How long you guys are going to be on? Rage and Aaron?
I'm gonna be on and off.
I'll be on and off up until midnight. At which point I'll have to disassemble my setup in the kitchen and move it back to my room.
Why is that?
Because family's coming back tomorrow, and I need to make sure everything's clean and ready.
Well, you need to put your foot down.
My foot is down. It's on the ground currently.
Tell them to either buy a bigger Ethernet cord or to just get over it.
I've offered to install everything
Then come
for him.
over already. Like, do a 24-hour stream. Use your camera to like videotape yourself.
Live
drive to
stream
my
me
house.
Ethernet, like
Yes, live
wiring
stream the Ethernet, and you can walk through. You can like answer questions.
He can't. The cable's not long enough.
Well, I'll meet him halfway, and then we'll reconnect my an extremely long Ethernet cable from my house to his phone, and then we just return his cord, and he drives all the way here.
Actually, funny story about the internet cable. Back when the Halo, the Halo Reach, when they had the beta for that, one of my buddies asked me if I could come over to his house and bring my Xbox and set it up, and I didn't have the Wi-Fi adapter, so I just went out in the garage and made like a 200-foot internet cable, and didn't have a roll or anything to put it on, so I just wrapped it up and threw it in a duffel bag and went. And somehow in the 3 minutes of me driving to his house, the cord had gotten tangled beyond belief.
Oh.
So I plugged it in. I plugged it in the Xbox and then ran this cable all the way down the stairs and across the hallway into the office and plugged it into his router. And we had this huge knot just sitting right in front of the TV.
Wow.
And his brother came upstairs and said something smart to him, and he took off running and tripped over the cord. So.
Was there enough slack to where it didn't pull anything off, or?
There was, all of a sudden the cord just got a lot smaller, and I freaked out because I thought he just ripped the cable out of the Xbox, but it was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was one of them with a lock, that would really suck to pull the router down and also pull your Xbox down.
Yeah. Well, I had the Xbox on the floor. I was like, I'm not taking any chances with this.
Yeah. But yeah, is that all? Anybody else want to say anything before we go?
No,
Squirrels?
not very talkative.
I can tell.
Rage, you antisocial person, you.
And to think I wanted to be a radio personality.
Yeah, so
He would be the guy that does like the 90 at noon.
Yeah.
So next time we do this, it'll be a lot more long form. Probably 2 to 3 hours, since I know how long it takes to burn through topics now. So, anyways, John, thanks for coming.
No problem.
Aaron and Rage, you're contractually required to be here anyways, so.
I really should have read that piece of that napkin when I signed. I really should have. I forgot how well folded it was and all the extra stuff in the back.
Yeah, I wrote inside the cracks, so.
I'm just here to fill in the right bottom hand of the screen.
And give us your eye of death.
Yes.
Yep.
The eye of rage.
All right, so all
one
right, go ahead.
One last thing I will say about Destiny is it's crazy easy to get headshots.
Oh, sweet.
So like my friend and I, we were playing, and I mean literally like every 3 kills, it was like just 3 headshots in a row, and then I'd miss something, but I mean he was playing it, and it shows you at the end of the mission, it shows you how many kills you got and then how many precision kills. And I mean, for him, it was like 50 and 40 something. I mean, it was crazy.
Wow.
So I don't know if that was just him doing really good at one point or if it was just the game, because it seems to me like it's favors the head a little bit more than anything.
That
Yeah.
could be a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. And also, John, I'll probably be hitting you up sometime this week to try and pick up that MXL 990.
All right.
I just saw that in chat, Aaron. But yeah, so I'm about to switch it over to playing some games. So thanks everybody for watching.